I felt like I had to protect myself from being hurt from people that I love. But I couldn't figure out how I was gonna make it. The role, she was like, treat people how you want to be treated. And that is always how I think about it.
When Alicia Keys decided she was done playing nice, she didn't just throw shade. She launched a full-scale nuclear attack that left everyone's jaws on the floor. Word is spreading like wildfire that the usually composed R&B queen straight up accused Lala Anthony of being secretly engaged to her own husband, Swizz Beatz. This wasn't some whispered rumor in a private group chat or subtle social media shade.
Favorite looks of the night, bro. You know, you're not doing too bad yourself. You come through and shut it down every single time. Tell me what you both are looking forward to tonight.
Just having fun and seeing a lot of people we haven't seen in a long time. You know, this is a night of art, supporting the Met as artists and collectors ourselves, and we just want to have fun and just have that New York state of mind.
Of course, you have so many big New York records.
Sources say Alicia made sure this bombshell dropped loud enough for the entire entertainment industry to hear, turning what used to be quiet speculation into a trending topic that has everyone picking sides. But here's where it gets really twisted. The deeper you dig into this mess, the more it looks like this wasn't a sudden emotional outburst from a betrayed wife. Gets worse. This whole situation is starting to look like the final move in a chess game that's been playing out behind the scenes for years, with secrets, strategic cover-ups, and calculated moves that would make a soap opera writer jealous. The bombshell that's currently exploding across every social media platform centers around allegations that would make even the most seasoned gossip columnists do a double-take. Reports are surfacing that suggest one of music's most respected artists has publicly accused a prominent media personality of conducting a secret engagement with her husband, and the way this accusation was delivered wasn't through some emotional outburst or private confrontation.
Period, huh?
All right, so are you pulling it back? Ready?
I don't know how to do this.
You just go like this, and you pull it.
Yeah, pull it back. Follow easier. Sheesh.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Nah, that's...
This is crazy.
Nah, in person?
Sources indicate this revelation was strategically deployed with the precision of a military operation, timed and executed to cause maximum damage while ensuring that every major entertainment outlet would be forced to cover the story. The accused party isn't some random person who wandered into this situation by accident. She's someone who's been carefully positioning herself within this couple's inner circle for years, building relationships and gaining trust while allegedly working toward an agenda that nobody else could see coming until it was too late to stop. What makes this situation particularly fascinating is how the internet has transformed into a detective agency overnight, with thousands of people combing through years of social media posts, red carpet appearances, and public statements looking for clues that might explain how this alleged deception was able to continue for so long without being exposed. The digital breadcrumbs that are being uncovered paint a picture of sophisticated manipulation that goes far beyond simple romantic entanglement. We're talking about coordinated social media strategies, carefully timed public appearances designed to throw people off the scent, and what appears to be a network of decoy relationships that were deployed whenever speculation started getting too close to the truth. The level of planning and coordination that would be required to maintain this kind of deception over multiple years suggests that this wasn't just a case of feelings developing naturally, but rather a calculated campaign with specific goals and predetermined outcomes. Timeline that's emerging from all this investigation is absolutely mind-blowing when you start connecting the dots. Every time rumors began circulating about inappropriate connections between certain parties, there would suddenly be convenient distractions that would redirect public attention. New romantic interests would mysteriously appear in social media posts. Strategic photo opportunities would surface showing everyone looking happy and committed to their respective relationships, and carefully worded statements would be released that technically didn't deny anything but managed to make people feel like they were chasing shadows instead of substance. But here's where it gets really twisted, because sources are now suggesting that many of these diversionary tactics weren't just coincidental timing, they were orchestrated responses designed to buy time and maintain cover while the real relationship continued developing behind the scenes. The evidence that's allegedly forcing this whole situation into the open isn't coming from gossip or speculation, it's reportedly emerging from legal documents that can't be argued with or explained away. we're hearing about paternity tests and court filings that reveal a level of betrayal extending far beyond emotional infidelity, involving secret pregnancies and hidden financial arrangements that completely reframe what this marriage has actually been for the past several years. The timing of these legal revelations is particularly brutal because they're surfacing right after what appeared to be a picture-perfect anniversary celebration that was documented across multiple social media platforms, complete with romantic declarations and promises of eternal devotion that now read like they were written by someone who was already planning their exit strategy while posing for the cameras. But the plot thickens even further when you consider the additional layers of complexity that are starting to emerge from this mess. Sources are suggesting that the pregnancy situation that's allegedly at the center of the divorce proceedings doesn't even involve the woman that everyone assumed was the primary threat to this marriage. Instead, we're hearing about a completely different person who may have been carrying this man's child while the public was focused on entirely different drama. This raises questions about just how many simultaneous deceptions have been running parallel to each other, and whether the woman everyone's been watching was actually serving as a deliberate distraction from even more significant secrets that were being kept hidden. If that theory proves accurate, then we're looking at a level of strategic misdirection that would make intelligence agencies jealous, involving multiple fake storylines and manufactured scandals, all designed to protect the one truth that would destroy everything if it ever came to light. The fan reactions to all these revelations have been absolutely ruthless, with longtime followers of this story pulling up receipts from years ago and suddenly seeing patterns that were always there but never quite connected until this moment. Comment sections are filled with people pointing out the cosmic irony of how this relationship began versus how it appears to be ending, with many noting that the same tactics that were allegedly used to break up one marriage are now being deployed to destroy the relationship that emerged from those ashes. There's a particularly savage thread of responses focusing on the concept of karma, and whether this was always inevitable given the circumstances surrounding how this couple originally got together. The level of detail that fans are remembering and connecting is honestly impressive, from specific social media interactions to public appearances that seemed innocent at the time but now look like carefully choreographed performances designed to maintain certain illusions while reality was developing in completely different directions. What's making this whole situation even more explosive is the way it's exposing the machinery behind celebrity public relations and forcing people to question how much of what they consume as entertainment news is actually authentic versus carefully manufactured content designed to serve specific agendas. When you realize that relationships, breakups, pregnancies, and even scandals can be strategically created and deployed as needed to control public perception, it makes you wonder what other stories we've been accepting at face value that might actually be elaborate productions designed to hide much more significant truths. This particular case is serving as a masterclass in how public opinion can be manipulated over extended periods of time, with small moves and careful positioning eventually leading to major revelations that completely reframe everything people thought they understood about the players involved. The legal implications of this situation are likely to keep it in the headlines for months, but the personal drama and public relations battles are probably going to be even more intense as everyone involved tries to control their piece of the narrative while additional truths continue surfacing in ways that none of them can fully predict or manage. We're already seeing the beginning of what promises to be an all-out war for public sympathy, with carefully crafted statements and strategic media appearances designed to shape how this story gets remembered once the dust finally settles. The stakes couldn't be higher because we're not just talking about personal reputations, we're talking about business empires, custody arrangements, and financial settlements that could reshape multiple careers depending on how the final chapters of this drama play out. The broader implications of this scandal extend far beyond just one celebrity marriage because it's forcing the entertainment industry to confront some uncomfortable truths about how much deception and manipulation has become normalized in the pursuit of maintaining profitable public images. When the facade finally crumbles and people get to see what was really happening behind all the carefully constructed social media posts and red carpet appearances, it raises questions about what other seemingly perfect relationships might actually be elaborate business arrangements designed to benefit everyone involved except the fans who are emotionally invested in believing that what they're seeing is real. As this story continues developing, the question everyone's asking is whether we're witnessing the end of one particularly complex deception, or just the beginning of an even more intricate narrative that's about to emerge as additional players and hidden agendas come to light. The ripple effects of these revelations are already being felt throughout the industry as other celebrities and their management teams scramble to ensure that their own carefully guarded secrets don't become the next target of this new era of digital investigation and public accountability that's emerging from the ashes of what used to be a much more controllable media landscape.